You guys, congratulations on the show. The first thing I want to ask is, I feel like the line between good network comedy and great network comedy is kind of broad, because every season you see half of all network comedies get canceled, but the truly great ones stay. What do you think it takes to make a great network comedy?
I think that, look, there's so many things. When I started out, there were I think there were 45 half hours when I started out, back when I worked with Norman Lear.
Who's that again? Norman Lear?
Yeah, he's the only other guy older than me, I think, in the business. But I think, just because a show gets canceled doesn't mean it's great, and just because a show does well doesn't mean it's good. For me, I've been wanting to do this particular show for 5 years, and I kept pitching a show about a murder documentary about a guy who may or may not have killed his wife. And they said, "So you're doing a drama?" I said, "No, I'm doing a comedy." And they showed me the door for 5 straight years, and finally I wore them down. And it's really, it's to NBC's credit that they said, basically, they really like my passion, and just everything about the show is just like a passion, a labor of love. And every line that goes into it is sweat over, and the performers, the actors are just bring it to life in such an amazing way.
As an actor, I'm sure you really enjoy such sharp writing. Can you speak a little bit to that?
Oh, I have no problem singing Jeff's praises directly in front of his face. He's amazing. It's a dream job. It's my favorite job I've ever had. He not only does he give the entire cast just wonderful stuff to do, and he's hired such a wonderful group of writers that he, the room itself is also just wonderful. What he's built on that regard, but he gives me so much to do. Such a wide range of things to bring out and perform, and so it's a dream, man. It's really sharp. It's really dense. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of focus and intelligence, and thankfully I have a little bit of that.
Yeah. So with a logline like this, did you always know you wanted network? Because it almost feels like it could be an edgier I mean, I love the way it lives, but
it was not planned for a network. It was planned. It was basically, I was thinking what I watched. I watched all these murder documentaries, and I was like, and with these documentaries, my wife and I would watch them and say, okay, one more, okay, just one more, and I wanted people to lose sleep over it. And fortunately, I worked for a gigantic corporation, the Warner Brothers, maybe AT&T Warner Brothers Corporation, and there are different economics. And Warner Brothers now, certainly even since the show was made, is redeveloping their model. But at the time when I pitched this, they said, that's a network comedy. And, thankfully all the networks, I think except CBS, responded to it, and NBC just had the most passion for it. And look, honestly, the fact that I got to get it made, I mean, I think I love NBC. I think if it were on Netflix, and it's definitely a show that should be binged, maybe it would have had a different level of awareness, but I'm always getting pulled over by people who love the show.